Friends, welcome to my YouTube channel AM London Grow. So friends, as you all know, tax audit due date has already been extended from 30th September 2025 to 31st October 2025 for financial year 24-25 via circular number 14/2025. So friends, today I will discuss in my video about the tax audit checklist. So in the tax audit, should what documents should we have? What documents should the should have of all the clients before starting the tax audit? So this is the tax audit checklist. So friends, first we have the copy of first we have general information. So in general information we should have copy of ITR of preceding financial year to carry forward of loss and all, and to check the disallowances in the previous years, various 43B disallowances etc. in the previous year. So we should have the income tax return of previous financial year, tax audit report of previous years if any, and we should have the PAN and TAN of the entity, GST registration certificate if applicable, details of partners, directors, proprietors, business profile and nature of business. So these are the general information that we should have. Apart from this, we should have the financial statements. So this is the mandatory requirement. So this should we have before filing any tax audit. So balance sheet, profit and loss, and in case of company, we should have the signed or and audited financials as per Companies Act. And in case of banks, we should have the bank financials. So we should have all the financials, balance sheet, profit and loss, cash flow, notes to accounts, and trial balance and ledger. So we should have all books of accounts of the company, including the financials. So friends, we should have the income related documents. So we should have bank documents, bank statements of all the accounts, sales invoices, whether these are GST invoices or non-GST invoices, like tax invoices or bill of supply, which we have raised to any clients, and the receipt of income from other sources like interest, rent, dividends, etc. We should have TDS certificates like Form 16A, 16B, 16C, and also income reconciliation statements we should have. And also we should have the 26 AS, AIS, TIS reports downloaded from the income tax portal and we should have the 26 AS reconciliation with the portal. 26 AS and our books reconciliation should be done properly. And and then friends, expense related documents. So in expense related document, what should we have? So we should all have in our hand the purchase invoices and bills, salary details, payroll records, form 16s, rent agreements, receipts, utility bills, electricity, whether it is electricity bills, phone bills, internet bills, etc., travel and conveyance bills, legal and professional fees receipts, depreciation schedule to check whether the board depreciation schedule, the Companies Act depreciation, as well as the income tax depreciation schedule, repair and maintenance bills, loan, interest certificates, and agreements. So, friends, these why should we have do these? So, we should have these to substantiate the claimable expenses. So, whether the all expenses which our clients are claiming is our all good expenses to claim, or is there any fake expenses to disallow or something, or is there any related party transaction or something? So this will come afterwards. So friends, after that, regarding the inventory and stock, what should we have? So we should have the inventory records, opening, purchase, consumption, and closing. So friends, we should ask from the client the production data and in case of manufacturing company or in case of trading company, so how they have the data. So the open what is the opening they are providing. So we should check that opening with the closing of previous financial year, that mentioned in the previous year financial year income tax returns as well as the tax audit returns. And so this is the opening reconciliation, purchases, consumption, and then closing balance. So we should all have this in our record. stock valuation method. So whether FIFO method is there, or method, how the stock valuation is done by the client. And also the physical stock verification report. We should have the physical verification report from in our hand from the client. And also regarding the banking and loans, so all bank statement including the loan accounts we should have, bank reconciliation statement we should have, loan agreements, so secured, unsecured, because these are already bifurcated into in the financials of the clients. So the how much is the secured, how much is the unsecured, so these agreements should be there. And further, the interest computation and repayment schedules. So interest computation and repayment schedules we should have in our hand to check the allowability of the interest expense in the books of the client. And further, for GST related records, we have to check the GST returns, GSTR 1, GSTR 3B, GSTR 9, GST payment schedules, GST payment challans, GST audit report if applicable, and also the input tech ITC workings. So GSTR 2B reconciliation we should have with us. So GSTR 2B reconciliation of the client, that how much is the amount that is claimable, of claimable expenses, claimable ITC, or how much is non-claimable ITC. So friends, reconciliation of the GST returns with the books of account should be there. Further, related to TDS TCS compliance, so we should have TDS returns of 24Q, 26Q, 27Q, 27EQ, etc. with us. And the TDS payment challans we should ask from the client that these much documents: TDS payment challans, TDS returns challans, TCS returns challans, and TDS certificate. What the TDS certificate we have issued. So these we should have to check the TDS compliances, whether the TDS compliances are done by the client properly. Further, we should have, these are the general documents we should have. So legal statutory documents, MOA, AOA, memorandum of association, articles of association, partnership deed, etc. So these are the incorporation documents. Okay, and the board resolution, minutes of the meeting, if applicable. So in case of the companies, we require these board resolution, minute of meeting, to check whether the any expenses, any big expenses, or any related party related transaction is approved on the board or not. And government licenses approvals, we should require FSSA IEC code, notices required from tax authorities, and responses submitted. So friends, there's a special column in the tax audit report about the notices received from the tax authorities, except the income tax, and the responses submitted. So friend, these documents we should have in our record. Further, regarding the transfer pricing documentation, related party transaction disclosures, foreign transactions and assets. So, what the foreign assets we have, fixed assets, we are having foreign transactions or foreign assets. We should disclose that in our ITR, income tax returns, as well as the tax audit report. So, friends, MAT and AMT computation, if applicable, capital gain working and documentation, details of donations along with ATG receipts, and CSR expenditure records for companies. So these documents is the bare minimum documents which we require before the tax audit. Some of the documents I told is not applicable to some of the small taxpayers. Uh, so it depends upon the client to client, but these are the documents which we require for the tax audit. Thank you, Doc. Thank you.